Good day, everyone. My name is Bello Oluwasegun, Evangelist Bello Oluwasegun. Today we'll be looking at Revelation 14, verse 2 to 5. The topic of today's preaching, actually, I can actually say that it's not even preaching, but let's say that teaching. Teaching is kind of better for what I want to do today because I would like us to look into some words. And what I would like us to look into is grace and mercy. You see, people today have terms grace and mercy under the fact that it's unmerited favor. I'm not disputing that with anyone. Grace and mercy is unmerited favor truly. But the real fact about grace and mercy is that maybe you should just ask yourself the reason why you have not been favored yet, the reason why you have not received his grace yet, the reason why you have not received that mercy yet. Are you not up to the age? Are you not up to the stature? Are you not up to the what we are talking about here is mega growth. The concept of mega growth here is how much you have built yourself in the spiritual realm. You see, you cannot get anything in the physical realm without being given in the spiritual realm already. So, what I would like to discuss here with you today, you see, this grace is a grace that will leave the mighty and choose the small. Now, look into the life of David. David was chosen and was glorified among all men in his reign because it wasn't as if David was a warrior or something. David happens to be a boy that was being put into a bush that was just rear cattle, rear this and that. But God challenged him and he made him encounter killing lion and bear. And this gave him courage. This gave him courage to come towards Goliath at the end. So he has been trained in the wilderness just the same way the son of Agar was being trained in the wilderness. He has been trained in the wilderness so that we have that courage to come outside. You have that growth to come outside and face his challenges in the way that everybody will have to see him now, and that will make him glorious. So today, I was having a discussion with my brother one day, and my brother told me that can God actually love me like David? And I told him, I said, God can actually love me like David and cannot love David like me. Why? Because David was being loved in a different way. And definitely, everybody has the right to be loved by God. So you can be loved in a different way. And those people that you are looking at, it is because they've rendered their body as sacrifice to God. That is the reason why God have used them in manifesting some wonders. There are a lot of keys, there are a lot of doors that need to be opened. And these doors can just be opened by those that are willing to render their body to sacrifice to the glory of God. You see, glorifying God has gone beyond praising God in church or going to choristers or one thing or the other. You see, when God used you, you see, when God used Moses to open the Red Sea, we glorified God. When God used Daniel in the lions den and they couldn't touch him, we glorify God. When David was killing the Palestinians and were doing wonders in the name of God, we glorified God. This is one of the reasons why we have to, one of the most paramount reasons why glorifying God is essential in our life. And it is beyond just praising God with songs and singing. So, what I would like to discuss today, I'm talking about favor. You see, favor, mercy, and grace is not by unmerited favor alone. We have different type of definition of it, but I want you to know that unmerited favor is part of it, but unmerited favor is not all of it. Now, you see, there was this guy that happens to be Esheba. This Esheba, when it comes out to battle, just only him will kill 800 armies, 800 men, just only him will kill 800 men. David did not have that kind of power. I'm talking about the grace that will leave those that are mighty, that will leave those that are powerful, and it will come to those that they are lenient, those that are not powerful, and you will choose them. It is not about what you are doing, it's about your relationship with God. What I'm discussing here today is not competition, it's not comparison, it is cooperation with God. Now, when I'm talking about you having a different, God said that David happens to be his ribs, leave ribs for David. Leave every other part. There's still arms, there's still eyes, there's still leg. You can be God's eyes, you can be anything. It's just a matter of you rendering. Now let's look into the word of God, which is Revelation 14. Revelation 14, verse 2 to 5. But I would like to start from verse 3 to make it quick. So I'll be looking into it now, in which it says that, and let's look into verse 4. This, okay, and they sung, and it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song, but the 140 and 4,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. They are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. Do you listen to that? They are those who follow the Christ whithersoever he goeth. That means during afflictions, during happiness, during joy, during rain, during fire, they follow Jesus. They follow God, irrespective of anything they are encountering, irrespective of their challenges and everything. They follow God. They have absent their mind from anything like property, like having wife, like having children, like having assets, like having anything, but they projected their radar on looking towards the throne of God, becoming God's servant, becoming God everything that can just matter. No, I'm going to make that clear to you today. The Bible did not say that they were chosen because they received grace. The Bible did not say that they were chosen because they were favored. The Bible did not say that they were chosen because they received mercy. No, the concept of mercy and grace truly exists, that it is an unmerited favor, but to some length, there are some things that they are not gifts, they are not given to you. It is not as if you are special or something. But let me make something clear to you. There's a lot of things that have been given to people that makes us not equal before God. It is based on reward. What have you done towards God? It is today many people have looked into, God has blessed Isaac, God has blessed Jacob, Lord have down this, God have redeemed that, God have opened the Red Sea and everything. But are you ready to pay the price? Are you ready to pay responsibility of children of God to that kind of blessing? Now, you see, that unmerited favor will come in only when God bless you and you see the poor and needy, you see the widows, and you look up to them and they say, ah, madam, sir, please give me money. I do not look up to them and knock their head and say they're foolish people, mad people. You don't have good relationship with God. That is the reason why you are suffering like this. You did not have good relationship with God. You did not love your neighbors. You did not do that. You are not judging them. But you, that unmerited favor will come in when you know that it is grace that you have been here. It is grace that God has showed you mercy. That is the only part that the unmerited favor will speak for you. But to be sincere with you, if you want to follow the fact that God, it is by grace, it is by that, it is by this, listen to me. Ask yourself, are you not up to that person that will receive the grace yet? But it is what you do today that will matters how God will treat you tomorrow. You see, you have to have that connection with God. If you want to be special among men, you have to have that spiritual divine connection, the coming together of humanity and divinity. That is the only way you can get infinity and eternity. There's nothing in this world that comes freely, and anything that has come that is special to anybody is based on the fact that they have done something special towards God. Today, I would like to remind you and make you know that having better relationship with God will make you an outstanding person. There's a power that redeems somebody out of thousands of people, because that thousand persons, you see, let me just make something clear to you. Now, Isaac and Jacob, they did something towards God, and that is the reason why God has rewarded them. God left Absalom. God left Absalom that has killed like cows, that has provided food and drinks for people. God left him and chose a guy, a small guy, a guy that God knew that is going to come up one day and kill thousands of cows in his glory, in his name. And God chose that guy. Why? Because God knew his mind already. See, what you are going to become today, the reason why God has chosen some people to be more glorious than others is because God knew already that they are going to love him beyond others. Listen very well. I'm going to make something clear to you. And let me just crown it. Let me just crown it. Have better relationship with God and do his will. Be obedient. By this, you redeem the glory that have been lost in the Garden of Eden. Thank you very much.